in art, but what brought you, how did you envision yourself as in the maybe didn't exactly in the advertising, but the branding field and taking the craft, the craft of the artistry of the, because it's interesting because you're an artist, but the difference is somebody's saying to you, I want you to do exactly this. You're not just getting to do your thing and then say, I mean, you are, but you know what I mean? It's not like somebody goes and sits in a studio and paints all these things and just has a show. You do all these things and then it becomes a show because you're doing the invitation to the show. That's what I call it, the invitation.
Absolutely.
So, but when did you like put that light bulb, the jigsaw puzzle together? How did it play out for you?
Well, as a kid and a young designer, I went to High School of Art and Design, which was also a big, fabulous thing, and Pratt Institute, which was also very fabulous in Brooklyn. But my illustration instructor at Pratt Institute was David Bird, who's a very, very famous theater poster designer, as well as poster designer in general. And he saw in my work, all of my work was movie oriented. So he made that relation in my work and was starting to encourage me to think about theater art rather than movie art, and then suggested I go see the art director at the agency he always worked for. And I went there and they loved my work and I got a job in the studio, which had nothing to do with designing, but it got me started and in the door of a theatrical ad agency, and I had access to scripts and saw how they made presentations and learned a lot about.
So you kind of had hands-on training.
Right, I did, absolutely.
You were like an apprentice,
very lucky.
really.
Yes, but it was a job, so I was getting paid besides.
Which is great,
So it was like heaven.
But yeah, it was like being in college and working and getting paid.
And getting paid.
It's so great.
Yeah, it was pretty terrific.
And when you first started, what was like, what was one of the very first projects that you did where, I guess maybe they let you be solo or, after they let you spread your wings? Do you remember what that one was?
Well, I had done a few posters for presentation because the agency would always have very, very many posters to present to their clients for each show.
Yeah, so they can select.
And some of the staff people were permitted to throw in an entry. Didn't always get shown, but at least it was in the mix. And then as clients kept reacting well to mine, they were asking me to actually spend time designing, and that's really how it started.
Wow.
But it was, once again, being at the right place, the right time, and they had a need for it, and I was.
And you were filling it.
Yeah, I was, and it was great, and it was fun. I loved it.
It's great.
So it came very naturally. It was not a hardship for me to be doing this.
Yeah, because like I know when reading about you, you love art and you love theater, so you get to put it all together and you just all day long getting to do what you love, about what you love, for what you love.
And I love reading, so reading scripts was a pleasure.
Yeah.
There are many artists I know who really cannot even fathom reading a script.
Well, so that's probably what helps set your work apart because you have maybe, I don't want to say what that was, but you have depth of you get a relationship with the characters, relationship with the whole production, which we'll talk about in a few minutes. But we're going to, just because I want to get it not out of the way, but we're going to take another offer.